Okay, when it comes to the market, we have some good news and we got some bad news. And depending on where you stand, you're either going to lose out on a lot of potential or you're going to make a lot of money. Let me explain. Now, what I've alluded to in the past is a scary position called a reverse market crash. The feds came out and stated that the interest rates are looking at 4 cuts in 2024. Some are expecting those to be in the first part of the year, but my thought is that they're going to be somewhere around the middle of 2024. Inflation rates came out and they were lower than expected, so that is putting pressure on Jerome Powell. And they came out and said that there could be a situation where they're going to cut it not 1 time, not 2 times, but 4 to 6 times, which is kind of crazy. Now, for someone that is just getting into the housing market, that seems like a really good thing, but let me tell you why it's not a great thing. Now, this is a very similar situation to back in 2001 when the tech stocks gained dramatic improvements as far as their rev share. And then we saw it also in 2008 when a lot of investors purchased all of the foreclosures. So here we are at the very beginning of a mountain that I think is going to be a bit scary. This is a classic example of where the rich get richer and the poor get poor. The middle class is just shrinking, while the upper income potential earners are that much higher than what they were before. So essentially, we're taking all of the middle class and shoving it down, and the people that have money and resources are just climbing at an alarming rate. The total population of the middle class dropped from 61% in 1971 all the way down to 50% in 2021. Now, as of right now, we are at 392 listings on the market. Now, typically here in Billings, we are at a lower than average home on the market in regards to the rest of the nation, but that's only because we're very seasonal. So when the snow starts to fly, that tends to diminish the appeal of moving and trekking through the snow. So just keep that in mind. So while we are at a slower pace from a seasonal perspective, our numbers of inventory are still lower than where they should be. We should be hovering right around 600 to 650 homes on the market. Now, where this plays a role is when the interest rates go down, all of that pent-up demand is going to flood the market, and those that have the resources and the money to pay for those homes at the lower interest rate are going to flourish, thus spiking up the affordability, meaning that the homes are going to be more expensive, just like we saw throughout COVID. When the interest rates went down to, say, 2.5, 2.75, 3%, all the money flooded the market, thus constricting the inventory and in turn bolstering the market, where every other key indicator within the economy was at a standstill or a big decline even. So the housing market flourished during COVID when all the small businesses went out of business, when everyone was struggling otherwise, the housing market stayed firm. Now, this is going to be the same scenario if the feds cut the rates down to, say, 6% or 5.5%. We're going to see that in turn flood the market with money, constricting the inventory. And here we are once again where the prices for homes are going to skyrocket, and we're going to be in a position that is not favorable to anybody. Now, a lot of people think that having lower interest rates is a good thing, and I understand that. It's good for some and few, because if a $300,000 home goes to $400,000, that's not good for the consumer. It might be good for the seller, but the seller is also going to have to purchase a new home, thus paying more on that end as well. So not a good thing overall. In my opinion, I think that we need interest rates to kind of hover at the same pace for a while. But I wanted to keep you filled in. Please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. That really helps the channel and helps me push out this information to others as well. Thank you so much for watching.